Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing a review on an app that I got a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about it. Well, actually probably not, because unless you're weird like me and like the paranormal and creepy stuff, you probably don't really look into that. But there were a couple YouTubers that I liked that have made videos on this app, and I decided to download it. I used it. I had a pretty weird experience with it, so I decided to make my own video and let you guys know what happened. So this app is actually the Ghost Radar Classic app. It's basically an app that can help locate ghosts and help you communicate with ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up really quick just so that you guys can see what it is and how it looks like. Okay, so it's basically a radar.
Are you a banana? Because you are appealing. Are you a banana? Because you are appealing.
Yeah, it's got ads on it, so that might interfere a bit. But it looks like this. Okay, and basically that word that you see there, they can communicate with you like by, I don't know, I guess something that they think of or that they say. So yeah, basically it just looks like this, and yeah. So I had used it and it didn't really do much. Oh, it said something. I don't know what it just said. I'm just going to leave it on while I do this video. It said drink. Don't know what that means, but okay. Another ad. The struggle of free apps. Okay, it says remarkable. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so basically I had downloaded it. I was using it. Nothing weird happened at all. I was just like, okay, it's probably nothing serious. And then I was with my friends. We were all hanging out by my pool. Like, I had let them know, oh, look, I downloaded this app. It's like a ghost app. I turned it on with them. Nothing really happened. It was just saying a ton of random stuff. There were like little orbs here and there. It said think. Okay. There were just like little orbs here and there. Oh, and I mean, you can't see it. When it comes up, I'll show you guys. But basically on the radar, you're going to see like red, green, or blue little like circles or orbs. And that kind of means that they're in your radius. Red is the strongest, blue is the weakest, and then yellow and green are kind of like the middle. So basically we were all hanging out by my pool one weekend, a Friday night. It was in the evening, so it was already dark outside. 2 of us were in the pool and 2 of us were out. So I was outside of the pool. I wasn't inside the pool, and I had turned the app on just to see if anything would happen. I've seen, I've felt a couple paranormal experiences in this house that I'm currently living in. So I was like, let me try it. Why not? So it started saying a ton of stuff, but it wasn't really relevant to anything we were saying or anything that was going on. So I was like, I'm not even going to let them know, I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to leave it here unless it says something interesting. And then it said chest, like your chest. And I didn't think anything of it because, like I said, it was just saying a ton of random stuff. And then the 2 of my friends that were in the pool, one of them had jumped out, or one of them had gotten out. And when she jumped back in, the one who was in the pool was like, oh, wow, when you jumped in, I felt a really tight pressure all around my body. And I'm like, oh, that's so weird because the app just said chest. And they're like, what? And she's like, wow, like when she jumped in, I literally felt like a rope was being tied around my chest. Like, that was the sensation that I felt. And I was like, wow, that's really weird, but it's probably nothing, like whatever. Literally like 2 minutes later, the one who had jumped into the pool, she grabbed her phone, she started taking a picture, and it said flowers. And I'm like, oh, it said flowers. And they both turned around, they're like, what? That's so crazy. Like, we were taking a picture on Snapchat with the flower filter. And I'm like, oh, wow, that is kind of weird. Like, maybe it's working, And then this was all like within maybe 2 to 3 minutes of each other. And then it said camera. And I had just bought this camera, the one that I'm currently using, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I was like, let me get my camera and take a couple pictures to see if I can get anything. So that's exactly what I did. And I started, oh, and side note, my dog was outside. My dog Reese, she was outside with us. And the whole entire time, she was kind of just like staring into one corner of the backyard. She wasn't really barking or, she didn't look scared. She was kind of just like laying down and staring at it, just hanging out. She wasn't scared by it, but she definitely could tell that there was something there. So I started taking pictures of that corner of the backyard, which I will insert a picture of here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen right now so that you guys can see. And if you guys notice, there's like an orb, a little white ball of light in the picture. Now, that is not a star. That is not a moon. In that, like where it is, it's actually just a ton of trees that are back there. And then I took another picture, which I'm going to insert right here as well. That's basically like the same exact, I just kind of like switched my angle a little bit. And if you look closely, the orb is still there. So I was like, wow, that's really, really weird. And then one of my friend Lewis was kind of just like, hey, why don't you take a picture in the direction in which it says the orb is, and see, you know, if you can catch anything. Like, let's say, for example, I had the phone in front of me and it said that there was like a little ghost over here. I would go ahead and take a picture in that area. So that's what I did, and I took 2, and an orb came out in both. Now I did take pictures of like the sky, I took pictures of like random stuff just to see if maybe it was like specks of dust or like just a flash or something, but it was not, because it was just a clear white ball of light. And if you look, you know, if you Google what an orb is, it's basically a ball of light, a ball of energy that you know, reflects that ghosts or spirits can use to come out in photography. Basically, they collect this energy from, you know, it could be like any power sources, electricity, you know, light posts, things like that, to be able to come out in photos. It's something I read on Google. I don't know. I totally believe it, but this is up to you whether or not you want to believe it or not. This is how I felt like this was a little bit real. You know, I mean, I feel like if ghosts can communicate through television, you know, if they can turn off TVs, play with light, you know, why can't they appear on an app? You know what I mean? So I definitely believe it. And do I think it works every single time? Probably not. But that night was definitely kind of like a little, you know. Okay, it said equipment. Oh, and it had like a little blue thing, but it didn't say anything. It went away. So yeah, I just thought that it was really cool, really, really weird, and I wanted to share this with you guys. And yeah, like I said, this is totally just like my personal experience with the app. I totally believe in the paranormal and ghosts. I have for several years. I've had my fair share of experiences, which if that is something you guys would like to hear, please, you know, comment below or like this video, and I'll be more than happy to share some of those experiences. But yeah, so I just wanted to go ahead and make this video on the Ghost Radar Classic app. If you guys are a little curious to see how it works, you're more than welcome to download it. It is free. This is not a sponsored video or anything. I just wanted to make, you know, a simple video on what it did for me, and I found it kind of creepy and kind of cool. So I was like, hey, oh, and by the way, when we were doing that, when I was taking the pictures, it said like red flashing airplane. And literally within like 15 seconds, we were in my backyard. So from like the front of my house, a plane with red flashing lights just like flew by. And it was just really, really weird. Like it was just, you know, it was, like, I guess it was a lot of energy. And it was communicating really, really fast. And it was a ton of like pretty accurate stuff. So we were kind of just like freaked out by it. But yeah, like I said, this is just a video to let you guys know my experience with the app. It is free, so if it's something you guys would want to try, go ahead and download it. I'm sure they have it for Android as well, but you can get it on the Apple Store. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.